Hi, my name is Taurus McBride and I am the founder of HVAC Tutor. We recently started offering free HVAC classes and some people had some questions about if it was real or not or if it was some kind of a scam. And I just wanted to explain a couple of details about who we are and what we do and why I am offering these free classes. So number one, when people hear the word HVAC, they don't always understand what it means. HVAC stands for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. And sometimes you can throw an R on the end for refrigeration. Now, in order to work in the HVAC field, you have to have certifications. Now, the number one certification that you have to have is this one. This is the EPA 608 Universal Technician's Certification. Now, this is my certification, and you can see here that I had to take a test. There were 4 parts to the test: the core, type 1, type 2, and type 3. And I had to answer 18 out of 25 questions correctly on each section in order to pass. And once I passed those sections, I got my universal certificate. So if we go back here, it says I have successfully passed my universal. So when people refer to this license, they use a couple of different words. They say this is a refrigeration license. It is. It's an HVAC license. It is. It's an AC license. They also use the word EPA license. They also use the word CFC license. Now, I'm not going to go into depth with all of that, but all of those different words apply to this particular license. The problem is this license only enables you to do certain types of jobs. So we're going to look at some jobs here. Okay, so this job is for a refrigeration repair appliance service technician. So a service technician is somebody who repairs HVAC equipment, mostly AC or refrigeration. So it could be window units, air conditioners, small units, sometimes even very, very large units. Okay, now if you take a look at this job listing, the only main requirement that you have to have is the CFC/EPA certification, which we just looked at is this one. So in order to get your EPA universal license, or if you have your EPA universal license, that will enable you to get a job like this as a service technician. Now you can look here in terms of the experience that they require. They're saying 1 to 2 years of residential experience preferred. They're not even saying it's required. They're saying you must be at least 18 years of age. So literally anybody that is 18 years of age that has their CFC EPA universal license, you can get a job working as a service technician. Now, the issue is these jobs don't pay a tremendous amount of money. They usually start at around $12 an hour. Now, that's not terrible if you're unemployed or if you're just getting started with your career. However, many people who go into the HVAC field thinking that they're going to make a lot of money, they're unaware that there are other certifications that you have to have in order to get a higher paying job. Now, this is Apex. Apex offers air conditioning, refrigeration, appliance controls class. Says 450 hours in class, 450 hours hands-on training, so 900 hours. Now, you look at the bottom there, it says the program also prepares you to take the EPA Type 608 certification exam. So you know what that is? That's this. So you can study for 900 hours, with Apex, and all it qualifies you for is your EPA certification. Think about that. Now, from what I understand, the Apex course costs about $18,000. So think about spending $18,000 and all you are getting is your universal certification. And let me tell you something, the classes that I am offering for free in 4 hours can prepare you for the EPA Universal Certification. Part of the reason that I'm offering this course for free, let me go back. Part of the reason that I'm offering this course for free is because I don't want people to go to places like Apex and Lincoln Tech and TCI because they are charging you tens of thousands of dollars to get a test that you can literally sit down, take in 1 hour, and you can have that license. Because the important thing is, having the EPA Universal license is not going to put you in line for the higher paying jobs. Now, you know what will put you in line for the higher paying jobs? This is the New York City Refrigerating Operating Engineer Certification. This is my license. So I originally got it in 2004, and I've been teaching, preparing people for this test for the last going on 14 years. And I have helped thousands of people get this certification. Now, you want to see the difference between what having the EPA license can get you and what having this license can get you? Let's take a look here at this job. So this job listing for operating engineer. The difference between being a service technician and being an operating engineer. Service technicians usually start around $12 an hour. Operating engineers can start between $35 to $45 an hour. Starts. Service technicians generally do not have health benefits. Service technicians do not have retirement savings. Operating engineers, if they're in a union, they have health benefits, they have an annuity or some type of 401k that on top of the $35 to $45 an hour they're making is an additional sum that they get paid that goes into a savings account for them when they retire. So in reality, an engineer that's making $40 an hour is actually getting $60 to $70 an hour in combined benefits and salary. And on top of that, most engineers have mandatory overtime. So if you are making $40 an hour, your minimum salary will be $80,000 a year. And if you're getting mandatory overtime on top of that, you will be making 6 figures. Now, how does one go about getting their New York City Refrigeration Operating Engineer license? You have to take a test, have to take 2 tests actually, with the New York City Fire Department, FDNY. So they have a location in downtown Brooklyn, 9 Metro Tech, where you have to take 2 tests. Now it says the application fees is $285. Now that is actually broken into 2 parts. The first test is called the written test, and it costs $60. The second test is called the practical test, and it costs $225. Now you have to renew the license every 3 years. It costs you $15, and you can actually renew it online. You don't have to take any more tests. You pay $15 every 3 years, and you can keep this license for the rest of your life. Now, in terms of qualifying for the test, how do you qualify for the test? So it says here, the certificate of qualification can only be obtained by passing a written and practical exam. So first you have to take the written exam. It says to take the written exam, you have to complete a 200-hour course, or you have to have a letter of employment to verify at least 1 year of practical experience. Besides that, you have to have, where it says a certificate of fitness form and Z51 form, those are just forms that you fill out. Beneath that, it says the Universal Technician Certificate. So what is that? That is this. So having the universal license is a prerequisite. You have to have it in order to take the New York City exam. You also have to have 2 pieces of identification. Now, let's say that you go to Apex and you do their 900-hour course. Now, it says right on their website. The program prepares you for the EPA 608 certification exam. It says nothing about the New York City exam, which is funny because Apex is actually located within New York City. So you would think during the 900 hours that they are preparing you, they would think to prepare you for the New York City exam. However, they do not. Here's another school. This is TCI. So TCI has a HVAC and refrigeration program, and you can look at the very, very bottom, and it says it prepare to obtain HVAC certificates, okay, and EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, Section 608, right? So again, now mind you, the Apex course, from what I understand, is $18,000. The TCI course, from what I understand, is $27,000. And you know what? All they prepare you for is to get one of these that you can literally come into my office. You can stay for one of my free classes, and then you can pay to take the test online, and you can find out immediately if you pass or not. And then you can get a certificate in the mail that will allow you to go out and apply for a job like this tomorrow. So when people ask, why am I doing free courses? It is because I am desperately trying to stop people from going to the Apex and the TCIs and the Lincoln Techs and these for-profit schools that are taking advantage of people. Okay, understand something. If you want to get a $40 an hour job, going to these schools are not going to prepare you for it. Let me say this again. If you are looking for a high-paying job in HVAC, these schools will not prepare you for it. And when they talk about job placement and job assistance, what they do, they go on these websites where they list jobs, and they call up places and they see, oh, all you need is an EPA license, and they will refer you to these jobs. Now understand something, if you have invested $20,000 to $30,000 in getting one of these certificate, program, or HVAC associate's degrees, we can go back to the job listings I just showed you. Nowhere did it mention anything about needing an HVAC associate's degree. It is useless. It does not prepare you to work in the industry. Now, you'll say, well, they mentioned some hands-on experience. I have had many students over the 13, going on 14 years I've been teaching this, who have gone to these programs, and they had to come to another organization I was teaching at, or come to HVAC Tutor and have me prepare them for the New York City exam. Now, if you have already gone to one of these schools and you are looking to get one of these higher paying jobs, then yes, I can help you pass the New York City exam so that you can get your license. But let's say if you've done no training in HVAC, so you don't qualify in that way, and you want to get into this field, can I help you? Absolutely. Let's go back here and look at the requirements. It says that you have to have at least 1 year of practical experience working with a refrigeration system. Now, you have to understand something. They are not talking about large refrigeration equipment. The actual specifications that they refer to, I don't have a picture of it right now, but it's actually relatively small air conditioning and refrigeration equipment. Now, what I offer is a job share program where HVAC Tutor, we actually get service contracts where we work in the field, and we allow our members to work in the field with us. Now, this is not a full-time job. It's sort of like Uber. I call it the Uber of HVAC. You let us know the days and the times that you're available, and when jobs become available, you can participate. After a year of participating in our job share program, you will qualify to take the New York City exam. And understand something, there are many people who have been in situations where they have worked for or with companies who refuse to provide them the documentation that they needed in order to qualify for the New York City exam. That is not what we do here. We are a membership co-op where all of our members are working together to get hands-on experience, to get on the job training, and to get the knowledge that will allow them to get the higher paying jobs in the industry. Okay, so went on for about 15 minutes here, a lot longer than I intended to, but that is what we offer here at HVAC Tutor. I'm going to be posting a lot more of these over time. If you have any questions, just shoot me an email at Tauris, TAURIS, @HVAC Tutor, and I will answer any questions that you have. Thank you.